Good evening and welcome to Boston Stadium for this FIFA World Cup 2026 quarterfinal between France and Morocco. Around 68, 000 supporters have filled the stands. The temperature is a comfortable 24 degrees Celsius, and the atmosphere is absolutely electric. France are chasing a third consecutive World Cup semi-finals, led by Kylian Mbappé, one of the tournament's most dangerous players. Morocco, meanwhile, continue their historic journey with discipline, confidence, and Yassine Bounou guarding the goal. One fascinating battle tonight will be Mbappé against Achraf Hakimi, friends away from the pitch, but certainly not for the next 90 minutes. France brings speed, experience, and attacking power. Morocco bring courage, organization, and the belief that another giant can fall. The referee checks his watch. The players are ready, and this World Cup quarterfinal begins now, the first minute. And here we go. 90 minutes separate one of these nations from another World Cup semi-final, and neither side looks interested in easing into this contest. France immediately knock the ball around with supreme confidence, while Morocco sprint after every pass as if the opening 60 seconds might decide the whole tournament. The atmosphere is absolutely electric, and you can almost feel every heartbeat inside Boston Stadium. The fourth minute. France waste absolutely no time asking serious questions. Mbappé lets fly from distance, forcing Bounou into an early save at his near post. The danger isn't over. France recycle possession from the corner, and suddenly Dayot Upamecano appears completely unmarked inside the 6-yard box. Free header. Surely this is 1-0. No. Straight at Bounou. The Moroccan goalkeeper reacts brilliantly again, throwing himself in front of the header. That's already two huge interventions before many supporters have even finished their first drink. France have announced themselves. The 6th minute. The quality on display is frightening. France attack with frightening speed, but Morocco refused to panic. The Atlas Lions calmly put their foot on the ball, slowing the tempo and reminding everyone they're not here to become spectators. It's the football equivalent of somebody telling an angry lion, "Relax, let's talk." Surprisingly, it works. The 8th minute. Morocco begin enjoying their first sustained spell of possession. They're carefully moving the ball from side to side, trying to drag France out of position. Every completed pass is greeted almost like a victory by their supporters. The problem, France look perfectly comfortable defending. They're allowing Morocco to have harmless possession while patiently waiting for one mistake. The 10th minute. France continue knocking on the door. Désiré Doué receives possession just outside the penalty area, shifts onto his stronger foot, and fires. Blocked. Issa Diop throws himself directly into the shooting lane. That's courageous defending. You don't stop France's attack without collecting a few bruises. The 12th minute. A rare opportunity opens for Morocco. France are slightly careless in midfield, allowing Brahim Diaz to burst directly through the middle. For a split second, the French defense is exposed. Kone races back, crunching tackle. The referee waves play on. Morocco appeal for a foul. France celebrate the recovery. Both benches are already arguing, and we're barely 12 minutes into this quarterfinal. Exactly how knockout football should feel. The 15th minute. Brahim Diaz continues floating all over the attacking third. Nominally, he's the striker. In reality, he's appearing everywhere. Drop deep. Collect possession. Turn. Run. He's trying to drag Saliba and Upamecano completely out of shape. France haven't quite fallen for the trap yet, but they're watching him very carefully. The 18th minute. Another beautiful French attack. Olisa switches play brilliantly. Doué spots Dembele arriving at the far post. Cross delivered. Header back across goal. Wide. Not by much. France are creating chances from every angle imaginable. Morocco survive again. The 20th minute. Wave after wave of blue shirts keeps arriving. Dembele cuts inside looking for space. Shoots. Blocked. Morocco are defending with incredible discipline. Every time one defender is beaten, another immediately appears. It's beginning to resemble trying to break into a house guarded by 15 security guards instead of 11 footballers. The 23rd minute. Outstanding defending once more. Dembele tries to dance inside. Stopped. Mbappé accelerates toward the byline. Hakimi times his challenge perfectly. Two world-class tackles within seconds. Morocco may not be creating much going forward, but defensively, they're putting on an absolute clinic. The 25th minute. Penalty to France. This is massive. Mbappé bursts into the penalty area with frightening acceleration. Mazraoui stretches desperately. Too late. Contact. The referee immediately points to the spot. No hesitation whatsoever. French players surround Mbappé. Moroccan players surround the referee. The stadium explodes into noise. This could completely change the match. The 27th minute. Hold on. VR wants another look. The wait becomes agonizing. Mbappé stands over the ball, then walks away, then returns. The delay feels endless. Every extra second increases the pressure. Even the most ice-cold penalty takers start hearing strange thoughts after standing still for 3 minutes. The 28th minute. Mbappé steps up, saved. Bounou has done it again. What a colossal moment. Mbappe's run-up lacks conviction. Bounou guesses correctly. Down to his left, safe hands, penalty denied. Listen to those Morocco supporters. You'd think they just scored themselves. The goalkeeper rushes away celebrating while Mbappé stares into the distance, wondering how that opportunity disappeared. Ladies and gentlemen, we officially have a football match. The 30th minute. Players desperately welcome the hydration break. France gather around Didier Deschamps. Morocco surround Bounou. And why wouldn't they? Their goalkeeper has just produced the biggest save of the tournament so far. Momentum has completely shifted. France still look dangerous, but suddenly Morocco believe the 33rd minute. Play resumes, and France immediately return to the attack. Dembele receives the ball on the right, cuts inside and tries to bend one toward the far corner. The idea is excellent. The execution, not quite. His shot flies well wide. Morocco breathe again. France are still controlling the match. But after that missed penalty, every wasted chance feels just a little more expensive. The 35th minute. Morocco make a dangerous mistake in possession. Dawe reacts instantly. He races toward the penalty area with defenders scrambling behind him. Low shot. Good save. Bounou gets down quickly and pushes it away. Another important stop from the Moroccan goalkeeper. France have created enough chances to lead comfortably, but Bounou appears determined to turn this quarterfinal into his own personal highlight reel. The 37th minute. The penalty save looks even more impressive with every replay. That is now 4 penalties saved by Bounou at World Cups at 4. Some goalkeepers study penalty takers. Bounou appears to study their souls. France must put the miss behind them quickly. Morocco, meanwhile, are feeding off their goalkeeper's confidence. The 40th minute. France have now attempted 10 shots. Morocco have attempted none. That statistic sounds completely one-sided. And yet, the scoreboard remains 0-0. Football continues to be the only sport where one team can dominate almost everything and still have absolutely nothing to show for it. France keep pressing. Morocco keep blocking. Bounou keeps saving. The pattern is very clear. The 42nd minute. Morocco are still waiting for their first meaningful shot, but their defensive work remains superb. Hakimi and Salah Eddine are refusing to give the French wingers any easy route toward goal. Every challenge is firm. Every clearance is celebrated. Every second that passes without France scoring increases Moroccan belief. The Atlas Lions are hanging on, but they are hanging on with enormous courage. The 45th minute. France continues searching for the final pass. Olise drifts into space. Mbappé makes another sharp run. Dembele waits on the opposite side. But Morocco close every gap. The French attack has all the expensive ingredients. At the moment, however, the final dish still refuses to arrive. The 45+1 minute. 5 additional minutes will be played. That is plenty of time for one final twist before the break. France push higher. Morocco drop deeper. The pressure rises once again. The 45+2 minute. Off the crossbar. What an effort from Lucas Digne. The French left back receives the ball from distance and decides there is no point being shy. He unleashes a thunderous strike. The ball swerves. It dips. Bounou watches helplessly. Clang. The crossbar saves Morocco. For one glorious second, the entire stadium thought the net was about to explode. France cannot believe it. First, the penalty save. Now the woodwork. Morocco may need to send the goal frame a thank you card. The 45+4 minute. Salah Eddine produces another excellent challenge. Dembele attempts to escape down the flank, but the Moroccan defender steps across and wins the ball cleanly. France are becoming frustrated. Morocco are becoming inspired. The halftime whistle cannot arrive quickly enough for one side, and perhaps too quickly for the other. The 45+5 minute. Morocco finally receive a dangerous opportunity. Rabiot is penalized for handball just outside the French penalty areas. Hakimi stands over the free kick. This is Morocco's first real chance to test Maignan. The wall is set. Hakimi runs up and sends it well wide. A huge opportunity wasted. After defending for almost the entire half, Morocco finally opened the door, then immediately walked past it. The 45 plus 6th minute. The halftime whistle sounds in France 0-0 Morocco. France have dominated. France have created chance after chance. France have won a penalty. France have hit the crossbar. And still, they have not scored. Morocco head into the dressing room with their clean sheet intact and their confidence growing. Bounou is the hero. Mbappé is frustrated. This quarterfinal remains completely alive. The 46th minute. The second half begins. France restart the match knowing they should already be ahead. Morocco return with renewed energy, fully aware that surviving the first half may have changed the entire psychological balance of the contest. One goal could now decide everything. The 48th minute. Morocco begin positively. Bounou drives forward through midfield. For the first time, France are forced to retreat in numbers. The Atlas Lions enter the final third, but they hesitate. One extra touch, one extra pass, one extra second. France recover and shut the move down. That was promising from Morocco. But at this level, hesitation is usually an invitation for the door to close. The 50th minute. Kone stays down after a heavy challenge. France briefly look concerned. The medical staff prepare themselves, but the midfielder rises slowly and signals that he can continue. A collective sigh of relief from the French bench. There is no shortage of talent among their substitutes. But this is not the moment Deschamps wants to make an emergency change. The 53rd minute. Morocco look far more ambitious than they did before the break. They are pressing higher. They are committing more players forward. They are finally asking questions of the French defense. But this also means more space is beginning to appear behind them. And space against Mbappé and Dembele is approximately as safe as leaving your front door open during a storm. The 55th minute. Doué cuts inside from the left. He creates half a yard of space. Shoots straight at Bounou. The Moroccan goalkeeper gathers comfortably. France continue producing attempts, but too many are arriving directly at the man in gloves. Bounou has been excellent, but France are occasionally making his job slightly easier than necessary. The 56th minute. What a miss from Mbappé. Olise produces a magnificent turn in midfield and releases the French captain completely through on goal. Mbappé has only Bounou to beat. He opens his body and fires high and wide. Astonishing. The flag eventually rises for offside, sparing him some embarrassment. But the warning is enormous. France are getting closer. Morocco's defensive line is beginning to crack. The 58th minute. It has been a frustrating evening for Mbappé. A saved penalty, a missed one-on-one. Very little space, constant physical pressure. But the greatest players rarely need 10 perfect moments. Sometimes they only need one, and Morocco must remain alert because Mbappé has not disappeared. He is waiting. The 60th minute. France finally break through. Kylian Mbappé, what a finish! Doué slides the ball into the feet of the French captain near the edge of the penalty area. Mbappé takes control. Diop closes him down. The angle looks tight. The space looks almost non-existent. But Mbappé creates his own opening. One touch. Right foot. Beautiful curl. Far corner. Bounou stretches. No chance. The ball kisses the inside of the net. France lead 1-0. After the missed penalty, after the frustration, after an hour of resistance, Mbappé delivers. That is what superstars do. They miss. They suffer. They return. And then they punish you. The 62nd minute. Morocco respond immediately with a double substitution. Soufiane Rahimi replaces Bilal El Khanous. Sofiane Amrabat comes on for the young Ayoub Bouadi. The message is clear. Morocco cannot simply defend anymore. They need to attack. They need risk. They need urgency. The quarterfinal is beginning to slip away. The 63rd minute. Issa Diop receives a yellow card. Mbappé tries to turn in midfield, and Diop arrives late. The referee reaches straight for his pocket. Morocco's defender accepts the decision, although his expression suggests he would prefer the referee to forget the entire incident. France now have control. Morocco are under pressure, and Mbappé suddenly looks much more dangerous. The 65th minute. 20 World Cup goals and 20 appearances for Mbappé, an extraordinary record. The French captain has again produced the decisive moment when his team needed him most. But France are not finished. They sense weakness. They sense space. They are hunting for a second goal. The 60th minute. Goal! France score again. Ousmane Dembélé. 2 goals in 6 minutes. Morocco are stunned. Mbappé receives the ball and calmly lays it into Dembele's path. The French winger moves across the edge of the penalty area. Defenders hesitate. One step. Right-footed shot. Low and curling toward the bottom corner. Bounou gets a hand to it, but cannot keep it out. The ball crosses the line. France lead 2-0. The Moroccan resistance has collapsed in the blink of an eye. For an hour, their defensive wall looked unbreakable. Then Mbappé found one crack. Dembele drove a truck through the second, and France now have 1 foot in the semi-final. The 68th minute, the referee signals for the second hydration break. Perfect timing for Morocco. They desperately need to regroup. For 60 minutes, they had frustrated one of the world's strongest attacks. 6 minutes later, they're staring at a 2-goal deficit. France, meanwhile, gather together with smiles across their faces. Deschamps remains calm. He knows this game isn't officially over yet, but it suddenly feels like France have grabbed the steering wheel with both hands. The 71st minute, France make their first change. Warren Zaire-Emery replaces Kouadio Koné. Fresh legs, fresh energy, fresh pressure. Deschamps isn't interested in protecting the lead by sitting back. He wants control. He wants possession. And perhaps he wants a third goal. The 73rd minute. Oh my word. Almost an incredible own goal. Talbi whips a dangerous cross into the penalty areas. Upamecano stretches to clear. Instead, he slices the ball high toward his own goal. Time freezes. Mignon watches. French supporters stop breathing. The ball loops and lands just over the crossbar. Upamecano exhales the biggest sigh of relief you'll ever see. Sometimes defenders clear the danger. Sometimes they nearly create tomorrow's headlines. The 74th minute. Morocco respond with more substitutions. Zakaria El Ouasti replaces Anas Salah-Eddin. Gessame Yassine comes on for Brahim Diaz. The Atlas Lions are throwing fresh players into the battle. They still believe, but belief alone doesn't score goals against a defense containing Saliba and Upamecano. Time is becoming Morocco's biggest opponent. The 77th minute. A standing ovation around Boston Stadium. Kylian Mbappe's evening is over. He leaves the field to thunderous applause after scoring 1 goal, creating another, and once again proving why the biggest moments usually belong to the biggest players. Jean-Philippe Mateta replaces him. Bradley Barcola also comes on for Desiré Doué. France's attack changes. The confidence doesn't. The 79th minute. Another remarkable statistic flashes across the stadium screens. Mbappé has now reached another extraordinary World Cup milestone. Records seem to follow him around like loyal teammates. Every tournament produces another page in his history book. Tonight has been no different. Even after missing a penalty, he still ends up becoming the central figure of the match. That's the difference between great players and legendary ones. The 81st minute. Only 10 minutes remain. France are in complete control. They're moving the ball from side to side, forcing Morocco to chase shadows. Every completed pass drains another few precious seconds from the clock. Morocco continue pressing. France continue smiling. The semifinal ticket is becoming visible. The 83rd minute. Morocco finally tests Mike Maignan. A cleverly worked free kick finds Ounahi nearly 25 yards from goal. He strikes it well, low, on target. Maignan dives comfortably and pushes it away. It's only Morocco's first real effort on target. Unfortunately for them, it arrives far too late. The 84th minute. Morocco refused to surrender. Hakimi swings another dangerous corner into the near post. Neil El Ainoui attacks it brilliantly. Header. Side netting. So close. For one split second, many supporters celebrated before realizing the ball had struck the outside of the goal. The dream is fading, but Morocco continue fighting with admirable determination. The 85th minute. Another substitution for the Atlas Lions. Amani's Bai replaces Kemsdine Talbi. Fresh legs for the closing moments. Morocco are still searching for something, anything, that can drag them back into this quarterfinal. The 86th minute. France attack again. Barcola drives inside with wonderful pace. He rolls the ball toward Michael Olise, waiting outside the area. Olise winds up, shoots, wide. No real danger. But France aren't simply protecting their advantage, but they're continuing to ask questions every time they move forward. That mentality explains why they're one of the favorites to lift the trophy. The 87th minute. One final substitution for France. Malo Gusto replaces Jules Koundé. Deschamps receives applause from the French supporters. Everything has gone according to plan after halftime. The changes have kept the intensity high. The lead remains comfortable. France look completely fresh heading toward the closing minutes. The 88th minute. So close to a third. Barcola explodes down the left. His powerful shot forces another excellent save from Bounou. France aren't finished. The resulting corner finds Mateta inside the 6-yard box. Free header. Over. He leans back just slightly too much. The chance disappears over the crossbar. Even at 2-0, France are still attacking with the hunger of a team chasing an equalizer. The 90-plus first minute. 6 additional minutes will be played. Morocco need a miracle. France simply need concentration. The French players continue keeping possession with remarkable composure. Every completed pass feels like another nail in Morocco's World Cup coffin. The 90-plus third minute. The disappointment is obvious for Morocco, but what a tournament they have enjoyed. Penalty heroes, giant killers, quarterfinalists once again. Their supporters continue singing despite the scoreline. Sometimes football isn't only about winning, sometimes it's about proving you belong among the world's elite. Morocco have certainly done exactly that. The 90-plus fourth minute. One final opportunity for France. Mateta twists brilliantly inside the penalty area. Reverse shot, excellent save by Bounou. The Moroccan goalkeeper has been sensational all evening. Without him, this scoreline could easily have doubled. He leaves this tournament with his reputation shining brighter than ever. The 90-plus fifth minute. Yassine Bounou spots Mike Maignan standing slightly off his line. Why not? The goalkeeper launches an audacious effort from near the halfway line. The ball travels, but refuses to dip quickly enough. Maignan watches it drift over safely. You have to admire the ambition. When you're 2 goals behind in stoppage time, ordinary ideas are no longer enough. The 90-plus 7th minute. Full time. France 2-0 Morocco. The final whistle echoes around Boston Stadium, and France are heading to their 3rd consecutive World Cup semi-final. For 60 minutes, Morocco defended with incredible courage, inspired by the magnificent Yassine Bounou, who even denied Kylian Mbappé from the penalty spot. But football has a cruel habit of rewarding relentless pressure. Mbappé finally produced a moment of magic with a breathtaking curling finish before turning provider just 6 minutes later for Ousmane Dembélé to double the advantage. Morocco leave this tournament with enormous pride after another historic campaign. France march on with confidence, quality, and the unmistakable feeling that another World Cup trophy may be within touching distance. The road to glory continues. What a fantastic World Cup quarterfinal we've witnessed tonight. France showed exactly why they are one of the favorites to lift the trophy, overcoming a brave and determined Morocco side with a well-deserved 2-0 victory. Kylian Mbappé once again delivered on the biggest stage, while Ousmane Dembélé added the finishing touch to send Les Bleus into the semifinals. Credit also goes to Morocco. They defended heroically for over an hour, and Yassine Bounou produced another unforgettable performance between the posts. The scoreline may say 2-0, but their fighting spirit earned the respect of football fans around the world. Thank you so much for watching and spending this incredible football journey with us. If you enjoyed this live match commentary, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next FIFA World Cup 2026 match. Until next time, take care, enjoy the beautiful game, and we'll see you in the next live commentary.